What's up, everybody? Welcome to this episode of Pillows and Beer. I am Craig Conover, joined with my co-host and main bestie, Austen Kroll, and our great friend Nick, which I know a lot of you were worried if he would still be with us with the new format, but we are, and we're just picking up our conversation of our travels to Europe. What's going on, guys?
What's up, Besties? How's everyone doing? Hope everyone's doing wonderfully. Where did we leave off last time, Craig? I guess we left off with you and I in Italy.
Well, yeah, we basically were saying that we had talked about that I didn't really have that many challenges traveling with my, technically, like, they're not in-laws, yet, but like parents of the person you're dating, which went well. And I was saying I had a couple questions for you, and then I wanted to hear about you and Shep. But I was going to say, did you run into any famous people when you were traveling?
Did I run into any famous people when I was traveling? I don't think so. But listen to this. This will make you laugh. I even told you about this, and then I understand that, she's not famous, but, she kind of is famous. And I think that Paige talked about her when she was on our podcast at one point. But it came to my attention because I only got, 50 freaking DMs about it from besties out there that told me that Alex Earl was in Mykonos at the same time that I was. And it made me laugh because people were like, she's there. You guys got to connect. And I even texted you and told you to tell Paige that she was there. And I definitely DM'd her.
What'd you say? Well, you have to read to our besties what you said.
Okay. It's embarrassing, but
yeah, but it's great. That's why.
Okay. Let me give some background to it as well. So yeah, I kept on getting these DMs. I kept on getting these DMs. And I was like, oh God, all right, fine. Fuck it. She's here and I was feeling great. And I said,
how old is Alex Earl?
I don't know, but Paige, and I don't really know, and I would never dream like, well, I'm not trying to put her down or anything when I say this because she's very beautiful. I don't really know why she's so big or famous. Like I think that she's famous like on TikTok maybe, and then I think that when Paige told us, she said something that like she used to date a baseball player, and then he broke up with her or something, and so then she began to document the break. I don't remember, and I don't want to.
Well, yeah. So everyone listening, Alex Earl is one of the biggest TikTokers out there right now. It's my understanding she used to do these makeup tutorials when she was getting ready to go out and was just like a real chick. And she's obviously really pretty. And so girls were like, wait, even this pretty girl is basically going through all of this stuff we are. And so I guess she was very like just real. So I think she just graduated college, and this is who Austen is talking about sliding in on.
Okay.
Or was it a slide in, or I guess we'll judge if it was a slide in or like, hey, it was.
Yeah, it was slide in. I said, Alex, you're in Greece, and I just need to know, what are the chances of a girl like me and a guy like you?
That's great. Did she respond?
No. I think she's probably out there like looking for athletes.
I bet it was. Well, the blue check mark, everyone getting a blue check mark really hurt people sliding in, because usually if you saw the blue check mark, you'd instantly open it. Like you'd always see it. But now not necessarily. But I think it's really funny and cute and non-threatening at all. And like you could still see her and be like, but it leaves no room for hanging. Like, are you basically asking to get married and court each other right there?
No. Dude, it was just meant to make her giggle, right? Like, that's kind of funny, right? Because when I open up a DM, I get a lot of funny ones. And sometimes I laugh enough to where I hit accept. And I'm like, that was really funny. That was really fun.
Oh, okay.
Right? And then they're like, nice. Anyways, what are you up to? Well, you're here in the city or something, right? And I just thought it was funny. It wasn't like a request for anything other than like, to elicit like a giggle.
No, I think it was cute, and it'd be like, I don't know, but maybe we should start with some shots or something. Like she could have responded if she saw it and opened it and be like, I don't know, but let's find out. Is that like best case?
And then, yeah, best case was like a laughing emoji, response.
Wait, did she open it?
No.
Oh,
Well, you can't tell.
Yeah.
Well,
Yeah. Yeah. She like might have seen it, but not hit accept.
yeah, that's what I mean. Yeah, I didn't know she.
It's even worse. It's even worse. But it became kind of funny too, Greg, because I was getting tagged in, comments and such where, like, for instance, some girl was like, "Hey, Alex, I heard that, Austen saved, my dog in a fire and my grandpa, in the same day." And I was like, "That's really funny,"
Oh, that's cool. I mean,
I'm sure that
I like it.
I'm like, stay away. But
No,
I think that's,
I
think
I'm
it's funny.
I'm also curious if people, what? I just looked. She has 2.8 million followers. Like, does she go through her DMs in the same manner? Right? Like, she's a girl. She probably has lots of guys that like are sliding in. I wonder if she goes through her DMs in the same manner.
well, you know how we see most. There's days that I see everything, and then there's like, if I miss it for a couple of days, then I just start
Fresh, but like
Right,
I think,
right. But like,
just
guys,
like
she's still a 23-year-old. Like, she's still
gotta look
she's like,
through her.
she's like Wendy Peppercorn, bro. She knows exactly what she's doing. That is for damn sure. But guys can send, I'm sure, unsolicited dick pics and like all sorts of shit. And she might be like, never opening up my messages ever again. Because she's like,
Well, did I-
hard.
Speaking of TikTokers, it's funny that you were talking about Alex Earl because me and Paige just saw Olivia Dunne, actually. Do you know who that is?
Livvy Dunne.
Oh, yeah, Livvy Dunne.
Gymnast for LSU.
LSU. Yeah.
So
Because-
we were at
Because when Paige brought up her, Alex, I brought up, Livvy Dunne. And this was before, like, she was right on the cusp, I think, of like, now all of a sudden she has like a fan club.
so yeah, we saw her at a Yankees game, and
Oh, no shit.
There was all of a sudden these guys, like younger teenage guys, were stepping over. Like, I had ordered the whole menu. So like where I was sitting, you could order from your app for like the Yankees game. And so I just went down the list. Basically, if it was less than $20, I ordered it. And everything was. So I got peanuts, cheeseburger, chicken tenders, hot dog, the works, nachos. And all of a sudden, these freaking teenagers, and we're sitting on the left end of the row. So like, and there was no one in the middle, and then there was a family on the right. So if that family wanted to leave our row, they would have just gone out to the right. Well, all of a sudden, there's a bunch of teenagers running down our row and stepping over us and not saying like, excuse me. And I'm like, what the fuck are you guys doing? And they didn't even turn to like acknowledge me. I was like speechless. And they pushed through the girls and started screaming like, Livvy. And I was like, what the fuck is happening? And Paige was like, oh, like Livvy Dunne's down there. And I was like, I just was like happy I didn't react, but I almost pushed this kid over the railing because I was like, I don't care who the fuck's down there. Also, these guys are acting like absolute losers and nerds. Like, yeah, screaming a girl's name is definitely going to get you like somewhere with her. But man, it must be tough for her with like a young guy fan club because like Paige has girls, girls run up to her and they're like, oh, we love your outfit. Or the guys run up and they're like, hey, my girlfriend loves you. This girl, Livvy Dunne, is being like, has hounds running around and barking at her all day.
That's crazy. I mean, it kind of reminds me like when you were saying that, it just made me think of like, the guys here, because we live in the South, that have like those loud ass trucks. And we're like, oh yeah, man, the girls are all over you, buddy. You're really doing it, aren't you? You're really, really just a chick magnet with your loud ass, obnoxious truck. Like, what are you calling?
and like if you do, yeah, like
And these people think like if they get a selfie with her, like that the girls at their high school are going to like, I don't know. I was also just like, The security guards didn't know what to do, but well, now speaking back to our generation, I saw DJ Tanner the first night.
Okay.
No, that was
Wait, something Sweeten?
Candace Cameron.
Oh, who's Sweeten? Isn't she selling on that show too? DJ Tanner. Okay. Yeah.
she was with her
Full
family.
House. Okay.
Yeah, from Full House, and then all the Hallmark like
This
Christmas
was
movies.
Candace Sweeten. Why didn't I say that? Oh God, yeah. I just pulled up my Instagram. The first thing that pulled up was my DM Alex. I think I'm gonna get rid of that.
It's giving us a sign, and obviously I was trying to fix the technology earlier. What does that sign mean, Nick? Let us all know. He's holding up a 10.
Oh, that
means
10 minutes in. So
it means we are going to take a commercial break and come
exactly what it
back
means.
to hear about your encounter with DJ Tanner.
Our next partner is Rebel Rabbit. This all-natural, low-calorie, high seltzer is cannabis-infused and is the perfect way to elevate your summer. Not to mention, it's federally legal in all 50 states. We're excited to have Rebel Rabbit in our cooler this summer without the worry of the next day hangover. Whether you're at the beach, on the boat, lounging by the pool, out with friends, or decompressing after a long day at work, Rebel Rabbit is offering you a better way to booze. I use the mild hair. It is a 5 milligram as opposed to the wild hair, which is a 10 milligram. And I think that we've talked about in here, I don't like to really smoke and to get high that much. So the 5 milligram is perfect for me. I drink about half to 3/4 of it. And then if I'm feeling good, then like I finish, the drink. It's almost like a way of like regulating how much that you intake. So I kind of just like to hang out on it. And as you know, on this podcast, I drank it one time because I thought that it was just like a normal seltzer. I didn't even realize that it was weed infused. And I had the most fun on this podcast. So Rebel Rabbit has been
and what's
awesome
great
for me.
is it occurs way more in real time than a classic like edible, which people may think. And so you're right. You can regulate your different level of your high, and the flavors are incredible. And it's, talking about an incredible alternative for people that are sober too. So even if you're not drinking anymore, you can still have somewhat of like a party drink in your hand. So it's incredibly social, or you can use it at home. And for some reason, it makes your food taste that much better. For a limited time this summer, Rebel Rabbit is offering 20% off your next purchase when you apply our discount code Pillows and Beer at checkout. That's Pillows and Beer. Visit their website at Drink Rebel Rabbit, DrinkRebelRabbit.com, and order a variety pack that's dosed to fit your lifestyle, or use the store locator tool to find a retail spot near you. You can also check them out on Instagram at Drink Rebel Rabbit. If you're living paycheck to paycheck or struggling to make ends meet, it can be really stressful when unexpected expenses come up. With Dave, you can get your money sooner, so without worrying about how much money you have to get through the week.
Dave is the banking app that can help you get up to $500 instantly with extra cash. With Dave, there's no interest, late fees, or credit check. That's more money to fill your tank, finally get your car repaired, or catch up on bills without having to wait for your next paycheck. You can finally tackle those expenses that have been stressing you out.
Download the Dave app from the App Store right now, or go to dave.com/pillows and beer. Dave.com/pillows and beer. Sign up for an extra cash account and get up to $500 instantly. For terms and conditions, go to dave.com/legal. Instant transfer fees apply. Banking services provided by Evolve Bank and Trust. Member FDIC.
Welcome back from that commercial break. More on DJ Tanner. We also sat next.
Everyone listening was on the edge of their seat for this interaction. DJ.
Remember my friend Paul from Philly? Also, like the guy that came to the show with it. He used to say his DJ name would be DJ Tanner.
Okay.
And he thought it was so funny.
Paul from Philly weighing in. Wait, was there anybody else there?
And then we sat next to Michael Kors for breakfast.
That's such a Capri thing to say. I can't even handle it.
I was like, I I was like, I definitely used to wear your watches.
I definitely would not know what that man looked like if he slapped me across the face.
I knew him from the Met Gala thing. He looks like Michael Kors. And then
I don't know how to explain it, but Michael Kors looks like Michael Kors. Okay.
he does. If anyone looks like their name, it's Michael Kors, which is probably not even his name. But so it's hard. So when you're in Capri, like you look over the water and there's just yacht after yacht after yacht. So what I like to do in Charleston is look at the yacht names because we're close to them or the big boats and Google them. So I downloaded this app called what?
You saw that I did that too when I was. Craig, were you not watching my stories when you were in Italy? That's so rude.
Yes, I was. All right, did you download Ship Finder?
Of course. I did this whole thing because I had this super yacht. It was parked right outside of my villa, and it was so large it made every other boat look tiny. So I looked it up and found that it was like, this 88-year-old fucking business moguls. But then people were like, "What?" I think that Leo and Shelby McGuire, rented it. It couldn't have been because like there would have been some like activity.
Because they would have come over.
They would have come over. Right. Alex Earl saying this down, but Toby and Leo would have wanted to hang out.
Jerry Jones has
Yeah, but would you have wanted to hang out with Toby Maguire and Leo?
Definitely. I think that Toby Maguire is like perceived as being like a nerdy dude or whatever in fucking Hollywood, but apparently back in the day when they used to room together and go to like auditions and things, they literally referred to themselves as like, the Rat Pack or like, the Wolf Pack. And now him and Leo wear matching necklaces. Kind of sounds like a Sandoval thing.
it does.
That has like a wolf on it. And it's to like signify that they used to just like run around town and like hunt.
Well, he was
Back
that
when they lived.
from Entourage. Yeah, he's best friends with all those guys.
No way.
Yeah, no, he's like, that's why.
So, like, I don't think that Toby Maguire is like the nerdy, innocent dude that's.
Well, isn't he the guy from at? Isn't he represented in Molly's Game?
Yes, by Michael Cera. And it's so funny that Michael Cera fucking plays it because Michael Cera, plays the ultimate kind of dweeb. But yes, Michael Cera played basically, they didn't say it, but played the character of Toby Maguire because Toby apparently is like huge into poker, like hundreds of thousands of dollars on the line each game. And he's like a good ass poker player and he would take people.
Do you think that was a dig by like who made the movie of being like, let's get Michael Cera to play this guy?
Yeah. I don't know. I mean,
Nothing against
I like
Sarah.
Yeah. I mean, I want to party with Michael Cera because him and This Is the End is so fucking funny. Now, this is a classic example of freaking ADD. We have like meandered into all these things. And I was going to say something about Michael Cera. I was going to say something about who? Oh yeah.
Talking about partying. And
Like if it was my movie and they were like, we're going to make a movie about Austen's life. No offense. If they cast Michael Cera to be me, I'd be like, God damn it.
we also have a
story about
Eve,
but
that's for another
time.
Right?
So we are connected to the, but we're connected to the Rat Pack.
We're connected to the Wolf Pack.
The Wolf Pack. Yeah, totally.
I saw
Didn't want to take a shot with me. Damn it.
Jerry Jones'
drank
new
it
boat was in Capri. It was like a 380 foot yacht with 2 helipads. The owner of the Cowboys, and then the guy that co-founded the UFC, he sold his shares in the UFC for $6 billion.
That's outrageous. I thought that Dana White was that guy. $6 billion. That's outrageous.
It said he was a co-founder, so I think probably.
Oh, okay. This reminds me of too. I don't even know her name, but I got a bunch of TMs too about another girl being there. People were like, you should reach out. I mean, it wasn't nearly as many DMs as for Alex, but Josh Allen's ex-girlfriend. I was like, guys, you guys were giving me like pretty lofty goals here. Like, I don't think she wants to go from Josh Allen.
They are
a
clutchy.
tier 1 superstar in the NFL with endless money down to a D-list reality guy. I think she's looking for something more. I mean, I'm going to go out on a limb here and say,
If they're not wearing cleats on primetime television,
I see.
they're not into.
See, I don't want to say that because I bet that Alex is the opposite now because she got. I mean, I don't even know. This might not be true, but it seems like she got done dirty by her MLB boyfriend, which is ridiculous because Alex is like the babest babe I've ever seen.
And I hope that and she's right up your alley. I hope that you find it entertaining and funny hearing us try to figure out today's pop culture, because it is going to be a little more of our show, which we're going to talk about stuff, and it's not going to be like mean or critical. It's just us trying to figure it out, and then objectively, well, maybe a little subjectively being like, what in the world?
Do you have a pop culture section here, Craig?
Well, today, if we have time, we'll get to it, but we got to knock out this European trip. So the last boat that I saw was Tommy Hilfiger's, and it was called Flag. And I was like, that's not the best name of a boat, but the Kardashians used that boat. So everyone was like, oh, are the Kardashians here?
Do I get into my trip to Mykonos, Craig?
Yeah, I think let's take us there. And this is how I want to lead in. I want to lead into this with a text message that I got from my friend my friend Skylar texted me when you guys were in Mykonos, and she said, hey, are you in Mykonos? And this is at 7:00 here. So if it's 7:00 p.m. here, what time was it in Mykonos?
1 a.m.
And I said, haha, no, Shep, Whitney, and Austen are, though. And she goes, I just passed them. Almost stopped them to ask if you were here and to say hi, but they sounded like they were arguing in the street.
LOL.
What day was it?
May 30th, which is a Tuesday. So it would have been the early morning of when
I got there on Sunday, and we had a big night on Sunday. Like, so big, Craig, that I didn't wake up until 5 p.m. the next day.
Holy crap. What time did you go to bed? Or what time did you get home? What time did you get to bed?
We probably got home at like 2 and partied until, various hours. Yeah.
I mean, that house.
You know me, Craig. You know me. I'm like always the first one to dip out. It's like I slink off. And like on trips, man, Craig has chased me down and beaten on my door. I have to lock my door when Craig is on the trip because he's like, did you seriously have to go to bed? Are you serious?
I take it personally. I take it very personally. And I'm also like, wait, but now I can't. It's almost like I'm dependent on Austen to have fun.
Well, you're like, come on, man. Like, what? Are you really doing this? So Shep, and them didn't give a shit. Shep apparently went to bed later than me, but I think that, dude, it was only like 5, right? And I think that it was a combination of like my jet lag and this and all the things. But I woke up at 1:00 and I was like, what in the hell? Like, where am I? And I was like, okay, right. Mykonos. And so we were in this beautiful home, right? We were in, I'm not going to say whose home, but, friend of Patricia, and she wasn't there for the week. So she gave us the house, and I was wandering around. I was like, all right, well, let me go and check in Shep's room, and Shep was passed out. I was like, okay, bedroom 1. So I go into Whitney's room. I open the door, and Whitney, lifts up his head, and he's like, what? And I was like, I'm just making sure that, we're all here, that we're all safe. Like, what the hell is going on? It's 1:00. I was so confused. And I took a sleeping pill to go back to sleep. And I was like, dude, just sleep it all off. I woke up at 5 p.m. and we had breakfast with our chef because we had a live-in chef, he lives there full time. And he was
you got to call that first meal. You had first meal.
I had first meal, which was like an avocado toast, bacon, which is ham over there, this whole thing. 5 p.m., Craig. 5 p.m. Whitney then was like, okay, wait. So I land on Sunday, and they were like, we are going to a club called Scorpios. Everyone who's been to
Is
Mykonos
that,
knows
like-
what this club is.
Isn't that
It's
the most famous
It's
club there?
it's like the thing. Yeah, it's the thing, right? So Whitney, of course, is like,
Well, what time did you get there?
I landed it. So I got to the house at like 3. Right.
So what time did you go to Scorpios?
Oh, Saturday.
Oh,
You know,
so it's not like a place that you go at
6:30?
12.
6. Yeah, no, I mean, yes, because that's when it's like going off, right? Is like 10. And before that, people are just, having drinks, looking at the sunset, they're doing the whole thing. And Whitney's like, I know the owner, I think. And so we had partnered up with this really interesting guy, Craig. And you kept on asking about him too. He looked like he was like a retired rocker. And Whitney and Shep had made friends with them on the first night. And so he was with us. I mean, the guy was, older, but acted like he was like a 40-year-old. It was so
Well, this was my purview. Was
First night, Shep's texting me and Austen. Austin's still stateside. And he's like, just started chatting up this guy. We're in Mykonos. We're at dinner. He like loves the show. And
he don't know.
Since
His girlfriend, I think, recognized them.
but he said
he didn't know shit, I don't think.
I run Mykonos, and everyone knows that guy. Like everyone knows the guy that says, I run this place. I run this place. And so I don't know if Austen knew.
I mean, even if people come here, I don't say that. I run Charleston. Like what?
No, but there's a certain type of person that does. There's a certain type of person that does. And so all of a sudden it's like the third night and Austen gets there and his story, this guy's still in the story. And I was like, so what's the deal?
What's funny is that I got there on Sunday on purpose. It was by design, Craig, because Shep got there Friday. Whitney got there Thursday. We had the house until Friday. And so Shep left on Thursday. So Shep was there for like a full week and I was only there for 5 days. And it was on purpose because I was like, I don't like if we spend too much time together, we're all going to kill each other. And that was my thought process. But honestly, the whole time was awesome. I don't remember, arguing with anyone really about, anything. We all had a great time. And so there's that. Okay. We all had a great time.
So Monday, maybe Whitney doesn't go out, but what were you guys doing Tuesday that you were yelling in the street at each other?
That is a great question. I don't remember, Craig. I don't think that that's the case, but maybe so because Monday we were solo and I was like, I'm ready to go back out. Right. So after I woke up at 5 p.m., I'm like, I'm ready to go back out. And Shep and I went to that sunset bar where she was dancing, with that girl where he posted the video and the comments on his video were hilarious because these people were like, he's going to break that girl's back. He was like violently dipping her and violently spitting her and violently, I was like,
oh, that was wild. The whole restaurant was watching Shep swing dance or shag with a woman. I was pretty impressed.
But yeah, well, I was too. But I mean, he doesn't have any sort of like je ne sais quoi about him.
right.
He's
rough.
Yeah,
On her
like,
edges.
spin, blah. And people are like, her neck is gonna break. But I mean, he knew all the moves. Tuesday night, Craig, I don't know what was happening.
Well, I have to ask it.
I have to ask the question. We don't need to know where in the house, but any ladies come back to the house at all?
We definitely had parties, like little soirees at the house.
Because that house was, it's a mansion on like the coast of. Did anyone have first meal? Did any ladies have first meal at the house?
No. 5 p.m., Craig? No.
No, first meal, breakfast.
Oh, I thought that you called the first meal that I had at 5 p.m. Anyways,
Yeah, it was your first meal of the day. Oh.
yeah, no. No.
Would Whitney kill you if you ever reported that he did have someone over?
Yeah, yes. No, man, we were just having fun. Because the house was so great. Because the house, was so great. We were like, it's criminal to not utilize it. And that's why I'm not going to say whose house that it was, because I don't want to implicate them for us having people back there.
I can't believe that Whitney pulled it off, though. I mean, were you nervous when you were going over to be like, there's a chance that this house is not paid for and I don't have a place to stay?
Well, you remember last year, Craig, because we were all, all four of us were gearing up to go to the Mykonos house. And then Whitney kind of pulled the rug out from underneath us and was like, actually, we shouldn't go that week because she might be there, which was the right move, by the way, the right move, because she came on the last day after Shep had left. And, it was lovely to see her, but she is a force of nature. Let's just put it that way. Like, her presence is felt. And we were like, holy shit. So it was the right move. But yes, up until the day that I actually, flew out, I was waiting for like a text from Whit to be like, hey man, and I was like, don't you do this to me, man. Don't you do it. So basically, Craig, what I'll end it with is that I woke up every single day at around 2 p.m. It was wild. It was wild. Like, and I had so much fun. And I don't party like that here, but like, that's just the thing that you do, like in Mykonos. It's like you go and get like a table somewhere at midnight and you have fun at that table until like 3 o'clock in the morning or later. And then you go back to the house, you sleep until an ungodly hour. And then you wake up, you race, you eat, and then you go into it again. It's like, it was 5 days of rinse and repeat.
I love that. Well, let's tell, speaking of, I mean, on trips, we're hitting the tarmac again. We're lifting off, but this time the three of us together. And so me, Austen, and Shep, compliments of Austen, organized what will be my first golf trip ever to Whistling Straits, Wisconsin.
So like literally,
what's the town?
Yeah. Kohler, Wisconsin. The golf course is Whistling Straits. And literally when you are listening to this episode, Craig and I will be golfing.
Yeah. And we're going to a Brewers game. We're going to a casino, steak dinner, and then two straight days of golfing. And we're staying in a castle by ourselves. So
a castle vineyard.
Yeah. The healthy amount of competition. There's going to be some yelling. We're going to hopefully record from the house. It's going to be great.
There's 8 guys, right? So it's not just the 3 of us. So there's 8 guys. Literally, as you are listening to this, Craig and I will be on the golf course on the 4th of July. And it's going to be awesome. And we have like a chef. I mean, we're doing the whole thing. A private chef and catered barbecue. We have a golf cart on the property, Craig. Not that that's anything, novelty for us, considering that we have golf carts, but
yeah, but so fun.
And definitely we need to put out a whole bunch of content from that. And we'll film like a promo of our trip and throw it out there for our besties, our PMP listeners. All right, bud. Well, do you have anything else to add, or that's a wrap?
Yeah, that's a wrap on this episode of Pillows and Beer. Listen to Pillows and Beer, all of our old episodes. We've got some incredible guests that we've interviewed. And if you're just now joining us and becoming one of our besties, you've got years of very drunk, some very fun, all a good time episodes. Follow the podcast Pillows and Beer at Pillows, the letter N, Beer, on Instagram. Obviously, Pillows from me, and Beer in honor of Austen. Nick, we haven't added your fireplaces yet, but follow us on Instagram. Listen to Pillows and Beer anywhere podcasts are found. Till next week.